All right. I started swimming in the summer of first grade with WAC. I hated every single summer I was on it from. But my parents kept making me come back to it. I looked at swimming as more of a chore than something fun to do, and dreaded going after practice. By middle school, I had opened up to it more and even did a couple of winter leagues to go along with it. I still didn't like swimming that much. When I came to high school, not sure whether I wanted to join the team or not, but both Caleb and Eli pushed me to join. So after some thought, I decided that I would. Thank God that I did, because it would go on to be one of the best, if not the best, experiences of my life. This team means more to me than just about it. I was much quieter freshman year and definitely not as open. I knew a couple members of the team before joining because of WAC, but for the most part, I really only knew Colton and Caleb. After a few captain's practices and a few weeks of swim practice, I started to learn how to open up to people. My late freshman year was a big part of that. Ben, Mitchell, and Bryce all had such different personalities, which helped me be able to build relationships with people much better in years to come. I really never knew what I was capable of until I joined the team. I finished practices that before the season, I would have never thought I could do. My first Hell experience was a huge confidence booster for me. I was the only one in my lane to finish every yard I was assigned. That was one of the proudest moments of my swimming career. Winning leagues that year was one of the best highlights of not just my swimming career, but of my life. I had never really known winning until we won leagues. And even though I was not a huge part of us winning that year, knowing that kind of winning put a competitive drive into me that fueled me for the next 3 years. I didn't think that I would ever be able to enjoy swimming, but I was dead wrong. After freshman year, I did not just enjoy swimming, but I loved it and had a passion for it. Sophomore year, I wanted to start taking swim more seriously. Me and Colton decided to contact Jim and start the swim choice with me. We had a great time doing it and made some great memories. Even though we weren't that serious about it and joke around after a great swim that it was all because of the gym practices, doing those practices helped me a lot going into the season, physically and mentally. I want to thank you, Jim, for doing those practices for 2 years with us. My freshman year, I had no clue what I was able to do as a swimmer. Going into sophomore year, I now knew and improved way beyond what I thought. First off, I moved up from lane 4 to lane 2. Being in a lane with 3 of the captains that year was a blast. It also made me feel cool to be with all the seniors, and I was just a sophomore. That year, both me and Gabe Jedishine were the 2 best backstrokers. I was improving greatly, and me and him had a kind of friendly competition going on. We'd always joke with each other about who was better, and even though we were joking the whole time, he still pushed me to be better. I improved from a 111 100 back in 10th place from freshman year to a 104 100 back in 2nd place at least. Now I finally felt like I could be a real contributor and a leader on this team. Junior year, my goal from the beginning of the season was to get first in the 100 back race. I got my PR before leagues and was well on my way to doing just that. I would have never thought I would be competing at Misfits and counties or be trying to get a state cut. But this year, I was able to do all of that. One of my favorite stories from junior year was at Misfits. It was the day after Valentine's Day, and Becca told us that if we gave one random person a sucker, then we could get a sucker for ourselves. I was only swimming in the medley relay, so I was done early looking for someone to give it to. John had already given one out, but wanted to do another, so we both looked for someone to give it to. We eventually went up to some random swimmer and told him Happy Valentine's Day and offered him a sucker. This made the guy very happy, but he told us he had to swim in a few heats and to give it to him after. So me and John proceeded to cheer very, very hard for some guy that we just did not know at all. For me, this is a great example of what this team is about. Making friends, great sportsmanship, and being able to have fun in literally any situation. When it was time for leagues, I was seated 3rd going. Because of the confidence this team has given me, I never even questioned whether I was going to win. Winning first at leagues in my individual event was an even better feeling than winning the whole thing freshman year. Because this time I felt like I earned it and deserved it, and that was an amazing feeling. My senior year on this team has been more amazing than I can put into words. to be able to lead this great group of guys the whole year has been a blast. We had to move up a league, which was tough, but we were still able to make the best of it. Even though we were not winning as much as we'd like to, that didn't matter. We still had an insane amount of fun, and we're swimming our asses off. I can remember a swim for every single one of you guys that amazed me with what you were capable of. At leagues this year, I got DQ'd in the backstroke at prelims. This obviously disappointed me, but I refused to let myself get upset about it. This team is about so much more than just one swim. I wasn't going to let one swim define me and ruin the best memories and moments of my 4 years of high school. Plus, we're going to states this year. Last year, we were so close to making it, and when we didn't, I was very disappointed. Not only did we make it this year, but we crushed last year's time, and our relay went more than 3 seconds faster. I was beyond proud of us and myself. States this year was the perfect end to my swimming career. While we did not make it back in the medley relay, I don't know if I can say I had a more fun weekend than this past week. Most of what happened Friday night, I probably should not tell in this speech. But just know it was good, clean fun. This team has made me a better swimmer, but more importantly, a better person. I want to thank Becca, Jim, and Keenis for making these past 4 years the best of my life. I also want to apologize to Becca for the conversations that took place in her car this past week. I want to thank my parents, Gabe, Grammy and Papa, and Zayden Sapta for coming to all my swim meets since I was 8. I also want to thank all the parents for organizing everything and making sure everything ran smoothly for my 4 years here. And most of all, I want to thank my teammates. This whole thing is nothing without all of us being the friends that we are. Anyone can go and swim every day for a few hours, but not everyone can say they had the best time of their life while doing it because of the people they did it with. Thank you.